Aspen obviously knows what he's talking about. He understands organ technique. He also asked if Mozart was in fear for his life in his final years because of adversaries. Well, at one point, Mozart did write, I wish a warm hello to any of the musicians who will still talk to me. So obviously he felt pretty abandoned. And what had happened is that in 1788, the Ottoman Empire had once again besieged Vienna. Now, if you were an elderly Viennese citizen at that time, you would have remembered your grandfather telling you stories of 1688 and how the Turks came in. They bombed part of the city. They were lobbing these, boulder-type grenades over, using Greek fire and all that. But what they did is they ravaged the countryside, what we would call suburbia, and they carried off 40% of the population of the suburbs of Vienna. So in 1788, when the Ottomans were encroaching upon the city of Vienna, the nobility got out of Dodge, and that dried up Mozart's funding because he was doing subscription concerts and he was taking commissions for all manner of orchestral work, concerti, sonatas. He was giving lessons. He was taking in young proteges like Hummel and so on and so forth. So he also really started to drink a lot, and that was in the final couple of years. And he took up smoking. He was a tobacco smoker. Pretty interesting stuff. So if you want to know about someone who really feared for his life, you look at Da Vinci. So Da Vinci was born in 1452, had his tutelage in Firenze, Florence. And then in 1452, he moved his digs up north. He went to Milan, and he honed his skills like no other under the Duke of Milan. And the Duke was a pretty amazing guy. So he spent 17 years there before everything went to hell. And that was in 1499 when French troops invaded the city. And serious stuff. It's serious stuff. He had to leave his vineyard. I've been to his vineyard. And it's a fantastic place. It's attached to the Casa degli Italiani. And it's basically been forgotten until recently. It was even bombed during World War II. And then a guy named Ettore Conte, who was an engineer and had a lot of money, bought the place and restored it in the 1920s. But, this is where Da Vinci was hanging out while he was painting the Last Supper. And you can see that if you go to Milano, which is beautiful. It's wonderful. And look into the life of Ludovico Sforza. He was the Duke of Milan. He was the patron of Da Vinci. And literally go to the Santa Maria delle Grazie church, which is fantastic. That's where the Last Supper is. And it's going into restoration. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, not many people are traveling too far. But once again, imagine you're Da Vinci and you've got this peaceful life. You're making money. You're doing military engineering. You're able to paint. And then suddenly your world is upended because French troops are coming in and taking over. And just imagine a harried Da Vinci running down the street, throwing things into an oxen cart, along with Sali, his assistant, and probably two other people. And, getting the hell out of Dodge. It's crazy. So, good question, Mr. Aspen. Once again, we'll keep this down to right around 5 minutes. I like to hit short and sweet. Thanks for listening, everybody.